and this is my first video in English. I am from Venezuela and I have been traveling around America and Europe the last 3 years. Now I want to show you the most beautiful places in Cuba, one of the most exciting countries in the Caribbean Sea. So let's start with these top 10 things you can't miss in Cuba.
Number 10. Cienfuegos. Cienfuegos is known as the Pearl of the South and is one of the most fascinating cities in the country. Cienfuegos was founded by French immigrants during the early 19th century and now is the best extant example of early 19th century Spanish and French enlightenment in urban planning. Some of the best places to see in the city are the Jose Martin Park, the main square of the city, the cathedral, almost always closed, the Ferrer Palace, which closes at 17 and I didn't know that, so actually I couldn't visit it, but the Provincial Museum just in front of it was amazing. Try to start early your tours so you don't miss these places. Number 9. Cayo Jutias or Jutias Cay. This small island is located in northwest of Cuba. Jutias Cay is one of the favorite beach places for locals, and when you get there, you understand why. Pure white sands, clear blue waters, coconuts, and various species of birds make this island a real paradise. There are 2 restaurants in the beach, which are a little more expensive than in the city, but still being very affordable. Walk to the west end of the cay is not possible because now it's closed with guards, so you need to pay a boat tour for an hour to enjoy the most virgin part of this island. Look at these waters, these sands, and also you have sea stars. Definitely, Jutias Cay is one of the places to see in Cuba when you be there. Number 8. Valle de los Ingenios. Valle de los Ingenios, or Valley of the Sugar Mills, is a series of 3 interconnected valleys about 12 kilometers outside of Trinidad. The 3 valleys were a center for sugar production from the late 18th century until the late 19th century. In ancient times, there were over 50 sugarcane mills in operation here, with over 30,000 slaves working in them. Many of these sugar mills are very well preserved and are UNESCO World Heritage Sites since 1988. You can visit the viewpoint of the valley, the San Isidro Distillery, and also Manaca Isnaga Tower, with a very tiresome climb but also amazing views of the valley. Number 7. Ancon Beach or Playa Ancon for the locals. This is the most famous beach for the Cubans. It's located just 15 minutes away from Trinidad, one of the most touristic cities in Cuba. Ancon Beach is a huge beach with very white sands and crystal blue waters, full of options for entertainment like water sports, sailing, and parties in some of the big resorts and restaurants located in this beach. Behind the beach there is a spectacular lagoon where you can enjoy the view of the surrounding mountains reflected in the calm waters. Number 6. Central Park of Havana. The main square of Havana is named Parque Central or Central Park. This is maybe one of the most iconic places in the capital of Cuba, and there are many reasons why. Surrounded by some luxury hotels with rooftop bars, the views are amazing. Some of the important buildings in these sites are the Capitol, with its iconic Golden Dome, the majestic Grand Theater of Havana Alicia Alonso, and the National Museum of Fine Arts of Havana. The best way to explore this site is in one of those ancient cars of the city and see it as if you be in the 50s. Number 5. Trinidad. Trinidad is considered as the best preserved colonial city in all the continent. Founded in 1514, Trinidad is a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1988. The main square of Trinidad is an open-air museum of Spanish colonial architecture. With only a few square blocks in size, the historic plaza area has cobblestone streets, houses in pastel colors with broad iron grilles, and colonial-era buildings such as the Santísima Trinidad Cathedral and Convento de San Francisco, where you can have the best view of the city and of the Valley of Sugar Mills. The Municipal History Museum is also in town. Number 4. Old Havana. The historic center of the Cuban capital city is known as Havana Vieja or Old Havana. Founded by Spanish in 1519 in a natural harbor, it became a stopping point of the treasure-laden Spanish galleons on the crossing between the New World and Europe. Now remain 1/3 of the original 3,000 buildings of the colonial time. The cathedral is maybe the most important of these, and it's possible to climb its tower and enjoy maybe the best view of the historic Havana. Some other interesting places are around, like the General Capitan Palace and the Greek Temple. No wonder that it be UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1982. Number 3. Fortresses of Havana. Havana was a very important city in the Caribbean Sea, so it was attacked many times by pirates and corsairs. That's why Spanish fortified the city with walls, many fortresses and castles. Some of the most visited are La Real Fuerza Castle, El Morro Castle, and San Salvador de la Punta Castle in the Malecon, a very visited sunset point. But the biggest fortress is La Cabaña Fortress, where you can hear every day 4 and 30 and then 21 a cannon shot as in the colony. But the best part is enjoy what I think was the most beautiful sunset I saw in all Cuba. Number 2. Santa Maria Cay. Let's be honest, the reason we go to the Caribbean Sea is to enjoy amazing beaches and relax for a while. And as you have seen, Cuba has some of the best of the region. Santa Maria Cay was my option, and I am very happy to have decided for it because it's simply stunning. All-inclusive resorts are the only accommodation in the island, so you can relax and enjoy the whole day of the most amazing blue water, the widest sands you have ever seen, and all it with actually few people around. So yes, it's paradise on earth. And my number 1 in Cuba is the amazing Viñales Valle. This is a place that is very different than the rest of Cuba because of its landscapes and culture. That's why it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1999. Sunrise from Los Acuáticos was one of the most inspiring moments in my trip in Cuba. After that, I ride a horse through the valley and its amazing limestones and some incredible escapes. At the end, visited some tobacco farms where the best tobacco in the world is cultivated and where the famous habanos come from. sunset can be in some terrace enjoying the best Cuban drinks like the world famous Cuba Libre, daiquiri or piña colada.
Those were the most beautiful places that I have visited in Cuba. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please comment it and give a thumb up. Subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you can be advised when I post a new video. Ciao guys!